What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phase 6, your source for music, business, motivation, and support. It's your boy, Sir Love, with another episode of Ask Sir Love. And I got a dope question coming from a dude. This is a dope name, by the way. Michelangelo Parker. I mean, it sounds like you're Spider-Man, but you're an artist, but you're like, that's dope. Michelangelo Parker. Y'all hope you're doing something crazy with this name. All right, listen, Michelangelo asked me a question. He says, can a label charge you for studio time, photography, videos, etc., if you do all of that yourself? All right. And let me put some context on this. So first, let me answer the question. First off, the question is yes. And I'm going to give you guys an example, right? Before I go into the example, I want to talk about how this happens, right? So typically in the music business, everything is recoupable. Everything is recoupable, right? It's going to be in the agreements that they can recoup, they can get reimbursed, they can some language in there that stipulates that any dime, any penny they spend on you, the artist, the writer, the producer, whoever is signed, they can get it back. There's no such thing as a gift. If we're walking down the street and you say, oh man, I want some ice cream, and I go, don't worry, I got it, you paid for it. There's never a moment in time where you didn't pay for it. Or there's never a moment in time where I don't have the right to reimburse myself for anything that I paid you if myself is the label in this example. All right. Now, of course, labels do things out of the kindness of their heart, and managers do things out of the kindness of their heart, etc., etc. But just know everything is recoupable. So when he asked this question and says, "Hey, can a label charge you for studio time, photography, videos, etc., if you do all of that yourself?" The answer is yes, typically because the label does the studio time, the photography, the videos. The label does all of that, right? That's a part of what they do, right? That's a part of their core competency, all right? So when they do these things, they're going to want their money back. Period. Now, you might say, I do it myself, but are you also taking their services? You say, yeah, I do my own photography, but they also brought a photographer. I do my own studio time, but they you went out to LA and worked with so-and-so on their budget. They're going to charge you for all of that type of stuff. All right. Now, what if you cut them completely out and you said, I did everything by myself? Will they still charge you? Because that's what you're really trying to get to. The answer is most likely yes. And you say, but why? How can they do that if I'm doing it all by myself? Because most people don't check the books, right? In a contract with the record label, there's going to be there's going to be an audit period where you're able to audit the record label, and you're able to go in and review the books and see what's going on and see what you were charged and what you were not charged and things of that nature, right? The language around this is pretty strict a lot of times. There's only X amount of times you can do this throughout the year. They have to be spaced out amongst X amount of time. There's certain windows and different things that you have to align with in order to review the books. It typically has to be an accountant of a certain caliber or CPA or something of that nature. There's a whole process to reviewing the numbers. However, once you decide to go through that process and get the numbers back, you'll typically see that the accounting program is on auto mode, right? Every artist, they know that we do this, we do that, we do this, we do that. And so the natural assumption is that, oh, your project came through. Of course we did studio time. Of course we did this. Of course we did that. And they're going to run all that stuff in the books because it's just part of their template, Will this happen every single time? No. But will this happen often? Yeah. It's very much so happening all the time. And I'll give you an example. I saw a clip when I was watching $1 Million Worth of Game where Shaq talked about it. For those that didn't know, Shaq went platinum with the record back in the day. Shaq was dope. When he came out, his brand was one of the biggest brands just on the planet. When Shaquille O'Neal came out, Shaq the Superman dominating in Orlando, he was huge. Shaq Attack, all that type of stuff. Before he even got to LA, right? He was a superstar. But let's listen to a clip where he talks about this exact same thing that you're talking about, Michelangelo Parker.
You still have to educate yourself. Because if you're not educated, the accountant can tell you anything.
They can beat you.
Tell you anything. I'm educated enough to go look at the books.
Okay.
And my father instilled that in me because 70% of athletes, when they're done playing, have nothing.
Damn.
And I didn't want to be that. So I'm like, hey, man, what's happening? No. What is this? I really had to learn business when I went platinum. Mm-hmm. My check was weak. I'm like, all these dudes go.
And you sold hard copies then. Yeah. This was hard copies.
Yes, absolutely. This wasn't no streams added in and the bootleg stuff.
But then I'm like, this check, this ain't what I thought it was gonna be. Right. So now when I open them books, they charge me for studio time. Mm-hmm. I'm like, whoa. Studio in my house.
Right.
Give me that back.
Right.
They charging me for catering. No. My chef cooked the meals for Biggie and Jay-Z and I. So if I wasn't educated enough to look at that, I wouldn't be able to have my people call it. Man, they got me out of so much. But like after I opened up the books and looked at it,
you got it back.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
This is my studio.
Right.
I'm paying the engineering.
Right.
Oh, we mixed it. No. My boy mixed it. I already paid him separately. So, so you just have to, educate yourself.
And you got to be up on your.
Boom. And that's what you guys are doing right now, educating yourself. Shout out to $1 Million Worth of Game, and shout out to Shaq. Shaq's one of my favorite, personalities, people out here. Now, I haven't got to meet the guy personally, but, love what this guy is doing from a business perspective and everything. So shout out to $1 Million Worth of Game for doing that. And Michelangelo Parker, I hope this answers your question, right? Can a label charge you for studio time, photography, videos, etc. when you did it all yourself? Yeah, and they'll charge you for catering, and they'll charge you for all sorts of things. If you don't go back in and look at the books, you don't know what you're charged for, right? I tell people this all the time. When you sign a deal with a major record label, you're taking out a credit line, right? And they're saying, hey, you're going to have $250,000 in your budget. You're signing a credit line with someone or opening a credit line with someone, and then you're giving that person your credit card. Imagine if you went to Wells Fargo and said, hey, I want to open up a credit card for $250,000. And they said, no problem. You open up the credit card, you get the line of credit, and now you're like, hey, I got $250,000. And then the banker was like, I'll take that, please. And then you go, wait, what are you going to do with my credit card? And it's, I'm going to go make sure that your business is successful. You you opened a business with us. Well, we'll take your card and we'll slide it for you, and we'll buy the things that we think that you need to be successful with the credit line we open for you. And if it doesn't work out, well, you still owe all the money that we slid on your credit card. That's what a record deal is, right? And so you have to go back in at some point and say, hey, you slid this, you slid that, you slid this, but I already have those things. I need that back. You got to reimburse me for that, right? Or you're lying about what you slid. You just have things in there because you don't want to pay me all my money. My album sold X amount or streamed X amount, generated X amount of dollars. You don't want to pay out the whole thing. Maybe you don't have the resources right now to pay out the whole thing. You paid me X amount, and at some point in time, someone went in there and fabricated the documents, and now I have a lot of stuff on the books that aren't really there. Now, is every label crooked? No. Does every label do crooked things? No. But do crooked things happen when you're in an environment with scarcity and money? Yes. So you got to be up on your stuff. You got to be on your game. So can that happen to you? Yes. The answer is yes. I've said it in a million different ways. Did I leave anything out? If you do all that yourself, yes. So just make sure you have an accountant and you have a team of people that are ready to look over everything. Even if you sign with a smaller independent company, make sure there's language in your contract that gives you the right to audit, right? You don't want a contract that doesn't have auditing in there. You want to know, I have the right to audit you, right? Period. Because I want to make sure that I'm getting my fair share of the pie. My name's Sir Love, guys. I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a little bit about a lot. I'm always trying to give you guys everything that I got right here on Phase 6. And what do I want you to do? I want you to turn on the notifications, right? I want you to turn on notifications. I want you to subscribe. I want you to follow. I want you to share. I want you to tell other people about me. I'm out here trying to make sure that you artists win. Only thing that I ask is that you let other people in the community know that I'm out here helping them. So please share this content. Put it on Instagram. There's a little share button on YouTube when you watch one of my videos, right? When you watch this video, you'll see something similar. You click a video, right? I'm not in the video space. All right. So I come over here to Phase 6 video and I click a video. And when I click a video, there's this button right here that says share. And I can send an email. I can do it on Facebook, Twitter. I can copy this and send it to somebody, Please share the content. Let people know. Hit the create a post button if you have YouTube followers. Let them know, hey, I'm out here. I'm out here helping. I would appreciate it. I would thank you guys very much for that. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for the question, Michelangelo. I hope it was helpful. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out.